All right. First check on the Asian markets. They start off on a bit of a positive note. Investors out there, they're waiting for the all-important meeting between the US President Donald Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping later this week. For starters, the Nikkei is holding with a gain of around 0.7%. That's more to do with the yen move. That's moving gradually towards that 114-odd mark. So that's pretty good news for that market out there. But even the other few markets, they're opened up more or less flattish. Now you have the Kospi that's moved to the low point of the day, sitting with a cut of around 0.2%, while the Straits and the Taiwanese index, some mild green just to kickstart trade. Pulling up the SGX Nifty though, that's indicating maybe we'll have a green start. A 20-point bump up is what we could brace ourselves for.
Okay, so start above the 10,700 mark. That is what is SGX Nifty suggesting. But in the US markets, the stocks bounced back from early losses to close higher after National Economic Council Director Larry Kudlow said the White House was having a lot of communication with the Chinese government at all levels. Now, this is ahead of the meeting between Trump and Xi Jinping at the G20 summit later this weekend. The Dow rose over 100 points and the S&P 500 gained 0.3%, while the Nasdaq ended flat. CNBC's Kate Rogers gets us a wrap of all the action on Wall Street.
U.S. stocks mostly higher today, the Dow adding 108 points, the S&P up 8, the Nasdaq flat. President Trump lashing out at General Motors again today, tweeting that the administration is considering removing all subsidies from the automaker after it announced yesterday that it would cut thousands of jobs and halt production at several U.S. plants. GM shares sliding better than 2% after that tweet. GM later issuing a statement saying it's committed to manufacturing in the U.S. and defending its restructuring plans. Meanwhile, top White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow speaking to reporters about trade tensions with China today, saying the president is not pleased with progress made on those talks. Kudlow adding that the decision to issue any future tariffs on Chinese imports will be made by President Trump, although he said the U.S. will continue working with China as the G20 summit approaches. And industrial heavyweight United Technologies announcing plans to break up its businesses. UTX will split into 3 separate companies following its $30 billion acquisition of Rockwell Collins. That split should be complete by 2020. Shares down 4% on the news. That's the action from the U.S. market.